What's going on, everybody? This is RJ on Prophecy. I just want to share my thoughts on climate change because there has been some strange weather going on lately. Now, when I'm out and about, um, whether I'm going like to work or going shopping, whatever, um, I'm always looking at the sky. I'm always looking at the sky because I love Jesus' creation. But I look at the sky because I'm waiting for Christ. I'm waiting to be raptured. And I have a longing for Christ's appearing. So that's the number one reason why I'm always looking at the sky. But there's another reason why I've been looking at the sky. And, lately I've noticed planes going back and forth, just going in every direction, north, south, east, west. And they're spraying uh, some chemicals, and it's like gray streaks of these chemicals. And then, I'll be staring at those chemicals and I notice that, they start off as streaks and then they start expanding and they look like clouds. And sometimes there'd be so much spraying going on that the whole city of Phoenix, Arizona, looks like it's under uh, cloud cover. Well, it'd be under cloud cover, but it's not real clouds. It's artificial clouds. I mean, it could be a sunny day when I go to work in the morning, then I come home and it's cloudy. And I've been seeing those planes going back and forth, and it's cloudy and stuff. So, like, what's going on? Now, I don't know a whole lot about weather modification and chemtrails and climate change and stuff, but something weird is going on. Something weird and sinister is going on. Now, Barack Obama, he continues to talk about climate change. I mean, America is in distress. What's been going on in America, and the world is in distress. It's the birth pains. But people like Obama is just focused on climate change. And also Pope Francis, when he came to America in September, his primary agenda is about climate change. So I just keep hearing about climate change, and then looking out in the sky and seeing all this spraying going on. It just puts all these questions in my head. Why is climate change so important to world leaders? I mean, you hear about climate change, like if you see it on TV or you read about it on a secular website, and they'll tell you that it's to help the environment. The climate change and what they're doing in the skies to help the environment. So, I don't buy that. So, you know, but really, climate change is the ultimate advancement towards global governance. It's getting all the nations of the world together to unite and be global, a global governance. Now, when it comes to things like climate change and weather modification, it really makes me wonder, why would mankind want to manipulate the weather? Why? The media wants everybody to believe that the government is trying to save the earth from destruction, trying to help the environment out. But really, why would mankind want to manipulate the weather? This is really, really thought-provoking. When you really think about what's going on with all this spraying going on. I believe that the global elitists wants to manipulate the weather because they need a global issue to draw all the nations into accepting a one world governmental system. That's what I believe, because they need some kind of global issue that'll get the nations to submit to a one world government. The global elitists want to convince society that we are doomed for destruction and that all nations need to come together to form a global government to fight climate change. I believe that's what's going on with all this spraying, with man trying to play God and manipulate the weather. I believe it's because the global elitists want the world to see that, you know, all this wacky weather that's going on, strange weather, we need to fight this. We need to stop this. So they're trying to get the world to believe that we all have to come together, that we have to unite and be one world, or be a one world government, you know, have a one world system so that we can fight climate change. And really that's the deception, because there is no fight. You know, there's nothing to fight when it comes to climate change. You know, what's going on is because of the birthing pains. But it's all about deception. It's all about ushering in a one world government. But I believe that the rapture of the church will usher in the one world government, and then the Antichrist will enforce the mark of the beast, you know, and they're going to enforce that because they want to monitor everybody, you know, especially after the rapture. Yeah, man is going to want to monitor everybody. But before that time, I believe this is what's going on right now with the manipulation of weather, that they are trying to convince the world that we are about to be destroyed unless we come together and fight climate change. Now, I may be wrong, but that's what it seems like to me. All right, so just wanted to share my thoughts on climate change, and let me know what you think about climate change, because there is an agenda to this. There's a huge agenda that's being fulfilled, and we gotta discern what's going on in these last days.